So, for all of those of you that really struggle with algebra, here's how you cheat. So, I'm looking at my twin here, and I'm looking at the key that I have for the twin. And let me pull up my image, mate, so you can see what I'm looking at here. Now, what I'm showing you only works for multiple choice. It don't work for free response. So, it's not going to give you everything. And as much as I hesitate teaching stuff like this, you need to know how to do it. I don't know why you don't know how to do it. Nick Turnbow, you need to be watching this video. Daniel, you need to be watching it. Heck, the other Austin needs to be watching. There's a lot of y'all that need to be watching this stuff. I don't know why you're not. But anyways, first thing says factor as many ways as possible. And if a question like this is multiple choice and you have a key in front of you, and I'm going to write down the correct answers, but you would have multiple choice at your disposal. There's two ways of doing this. You can either make up a number and test for numerical equivalency, or you can look at graphs. It's really whatever you think is quicker for you. So I'm going to show numerical equivalency and I'm going to show graphical equivalency. So for numerical equivalency, you make up a number. Pi is a very good one, and you store it to x. Never use a 0, a 1, or a 2. Never use 0, 1, or 2. Don't ever do it. But something like pi is funky. Type in the original equation, and you get this decimal. It's about 2,535.508, and then type in the answer choices. Honestly, for me, it's quicker to just do the algebra, but for you, I don't know. Okay, that one worked. That worked numerically, so that's a numerical analysis, and by the way, it'll work here too. I actually have a preference for what I call graphical equivalency, just because I don't know, I like to see things as opposed to a number, and it checks out. So that's numerical equivalency, all right? Numerical equivalency. Now, talk about graphical equivalency. Well, you go to y equals. And you just zoom 6 it. So I typed in the original equation. I zoom 6, so that's what I see. If these things are the same, and I'm going to do it one at a time as opposed to all of them, what I should see on a TI-84 color edition, the next one's going to be red, I should see a complete overlap. So there's the blue and there's the red, complete overlap. That means they're the same. I say this every year. My best students, the ones who know how to do the algebra, when they get to the EOC, what they do is they pick up that TI-84 in any situation they can and they look at graphs. See how both of those things have overlap? We're about to see the red come through. I know it's hard to see on your end, but it completely overrode the blue line. For some reason I can't get the blue and red to show up when I use this projector, but there you go. Find the remaining zeros. So the key says x is 3i or x equals negative 3i. You do this by plugging in. Plug in. And it talks about remaining zeros. Plug in and hope for a 0 as a result. And again, all I'm showing you only works on multiple choice. Oops, I don't know why I went to y equals. So I'm going to take this 3i and I'm going to store it to x. And I'm just going to type in the equation. 3x to the 4th plus 5x to the 3rd. And you know, it's not that hard to type things in quickly if you'll just push the buttons in class like I asked you. Your fingers will learn where things are. By God, it says 0 plus 0i. So f of 3i is 0 plus 0i, which is 0. And even In case you forgot, these are conjugates. They work automatically, but you know, if you're watching this video, you probably don't remember that. You can use the up arrow to bring up previous work. There's no retyping. Enter, enter. It's 0 plus 0, I, which is 0. Ta-da, ta-da. We can do things on this. This is a simplify. As much as you shouldn't need this, but the result is x to the 5th, y to the 4th over 5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let x be pi, and I'm going to let y be something weird like the square root of 2. Okay? So I'm going to take a pi again and store to x. I'm pretty sure it's already there. To pull up y, if you'll look at your faceplate, you'll see on the number 1 key there's a y. I'm going to hit alpha 1. Store. Oops, I did that backwards. I'm going to type root 2, store alpha 1. And now I can just type in this thing and see what it generates as a result. I'm going to hit math, number, numerator over denominator. I'm going to type in the original equation, 5x to the negative 2nd. There's the y, alpha 1 to the negative 8th. Sitting pretty over 25x to the negative 7th. Alpha 1 for y raised to the negative 12th power. And when I plug it in, I get around 244.82. And I'm just going to check answer choices. All right. So again, to pull up that fraction, I go to math, number, numerator over denominator, and I've got x to the 5th, y to the 4th, and she's sitting pretty over a 5. It's the same thing. There's no way to check these for graphical equivalency because you can't graph something that has two variables on the xy axis. You have to solve, and that's kind of hard. All right, what's up with this one?